You just came from stage. How do you feel?
Sweaty. I feel sweaty.
I bet.
Yeah. I feel all right.
How often after a show did you feel like, why didn't I start a grunge band where I just wear my t-shirt and my jeans?
Never. I hate grunge. So I honestly, I have never thought about that. Fuck no.
Connie and
Grunge is nicht gut.
Grunge is nicht gut. Connie and I were wondering if you brought maybe some Lordi cola or bonbons, like bonbons.
You mean candy?
Yeah, you do candy in Finland, right?
Yeah, now we actually have chocolate.
Who came up with that premise, with that idea? You did. So basically,
I love chocolate. I love candies. I love cola. So.
And the cola is also still available?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It should be, but it's not.
Are you involved in the creation of the taste actually?
Of course.
So how does that work? Give me an example.
well, you get samples and they're like, this is good, this is not good, So, simple, really, really simple,
Wow.
I don't know how better to explain it. It's just simple,
What else? Do you do other stuff there as well? That we don't know about yet? Or?
I don't know. What do you know about? You know that there's a dildo.
Is there?
There is well, actually, the name.
Is it with little skulls on it?
No, it doesn't. It has horns on it, but it's actually not a dildo. It's a vibrator.
A vibrator. So it's not used for internal. Yeah, all right.
Oh yes, it is.
It is. Okay.
Absolutely.
Who tried that one?
Who tried? I didn't. Or did I?
That sounds great. And who's distributing that? Is it sex shops or what?
Yeah, it's what was the name of the company? I forgot it. It's actually German. What? Fun Factory.
Fun Factory. Okay, great. Shout out to Fun Factory.
And I think it's a German company actually.
All right.
But a truck?
Maybe.
Possibly. Sounds like a German company, Fun Factory.
Yeah, well, aren't all the dildos and vibrators, aren't they coming from Germany?
I guess. Possibly.
I think so.
But coming back to the chocolate, it makes sense. I looked where you grew up and where you're coming from, and it's a city, what I learned is like the Christmas city, like where Weihnachtsmann is from and everything is Christmas over there.
Right. Yeah, it's the hometown of Santa Claus.
And you still live there?
I do, yeah. Yeah, I used to live in Helsinki for, 15 years or something, but I fucking hated it. I didn't like it.
Why? You need to...
I'm a nature boy, I'm born and raised in Rovaniemi in the Arctic Circle, so, I'm used to... Okay, let me put it this way. I didn't like the fact, living in a city like Helsinki, that I cannot go out, butt naked to have a smoke without anybody
Noticing.
coming and yeah. Now I can again, but in Helsinki you get troubles with that if you go Yeah.
But I think you live so close to the polar circle. I guess in winter you have a month from
right there on the Arctic Circle, right there.
And you're not getting depressed by the darkness in winter?
Why would I? Because this is one thing that people usually don't get, that up north, even though we have like the complete darkness for about a month or maybe 6 weeks or something, it's like complete darkness when the sun doesn't get up. But during the summer months we have 3 months of just sunshine. The sun doesn't go down, so it kind of like evens out the whole thing, and for me it's quite funny that whenever I go south and even Helsinki, south, I sleep with the lights on, because for me it's unnatural during the night that it's dark when it's summer. It's unnatural, for me.
When are you more creative, in winter or in summer?
It doesn't really matter what time of the year it is. I'm more creative at night. I always work best at nights.
Yeah, I can
nighttime.
relate
I'm a
to
night
that.
owl.
No,
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Looking back at your history, of course, we remember the 2006 European Song Contest. You know that you won, you guys.
What was that?
The Eurovision Song Contest, like.
Ah, right.
Yes, the ESC. You forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. So the question actually is whether you kind of, in retrospective, do you regret doing that?
No,
or no?
Fuck no, absolutely not. I mean, it opened up a lot of windows for us, and not there aren't that many rock bands or metal bands, if you will, or bands in our genre that can say that they have gotten the like a mainstream crossover awareness of the band. We got that over one night or over a few weeks because we went to Eurovision. So I wouldn't say that there's that many bands that are actually pretty much still known all around Europe, actually all around the globe pretty much. If you show a picture of LORDI to anybody in Italy or Greenland or fucking whatever, wherever, they don't necessarily remember the band name, but they will, that band. Because, and most rock bands or metal bands, they will never get the recognition, even though they would be much bigger than us. But still, the awareness of the band, that is something that you cannot really buy with money that we got from Eurovision. Yeah. So there's absolutely zero regrets, of course.
And one great fact, I mean, that's what I heard, is then in 2008 you did the movie, right? You did Dark Floors, which apparently is the most expensive Finnish movie ever made.
It was at that time, but now there's Angry Birds. It's a Finnish movie too.
That's Finnish as
well.
Angry
Birds is Finnish too. So that's probably, I don't know. That's probably 3 times as expensive.
Yes,
or something. Yeah.
but I mean, back at the time it was. So I mean, who actually gave you all that money to?
Nobody.
To
let me make this clear.
Right.
Nobody gave me any fucking money. It was, of course, the producers and the financiers of the movie. Yeah, but it was multi. There were like a lot of financiers and producers from different countries, like Iceland and Sweden, Norway, Finland, obviously. So it was like a co-joint
production.
Yeah.
Did it make the money back?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But it did get quite good reviews, actually.
Yeah, it depends on who was reviewing.
Right.
Because the funny thing about that was that even though we said from the get-go that it's going to be a horror film, and but still there were a lot of people who were thinking that since we just came out of Eurovision, they thought that it's a nice fun for the whole family, kind of like a fucking band goes to a Eurovision and it's a lot of songs and ABBA and shit, and it's like, no, it's a horror film, and it has nothing to do with the musical band that we are. So a lot of people are like, no, this is completely different than they expected. And in the last basically in the last days of shooting that film, we had to change the ending because not the producers but the financiers that were not from Finland, they realized that was the moment when they actually read the script. Because they were just assuming, and that assumption is a mother of all fuck ups. They were like, no. What the hell is this? And then they said, no. This is too sad. The ending is too sad. The ending is too hopeless. And so while we were shooting the actual ending scenes of the shit, me and the director, who was like my dear friend and still is, Pete, we were told by the producer that we have to change the ending. I go, what the fuck? And now, I mean, I like it because it's very, very surreal and abstract, the whole scene. But we actually had an ending that made sense and tied all the knots together. But now it's really kind of strange because it didn't explain the whole thing. So now it's kind of like a Twilight Zone, on dope,
Sounds good to me, actually.
At the end, last question about your look. Where do you get your inspiration? Do you maybe go to to a Marilyn Manson show and be like, wow, that's a good feature?
No, Marilyn Manson. No.
Kiss.
No. There's obviously there's two main influences: horror, genre in general, horror films, horror monsters, all that shit, and Kiss. I mean, come on. It's like, I mean, it's obvious. I mean,
But I mean, for details, it could be that you go to a concert or a theater and you see like that's a good-looking mask or something like that.
no. I used to earn my living as a special effects makeup guy. So, you know, I've always been fascinated by monsters and makeup, and I've always been painting and sculpting. You know, so that's, you know, the inspiration is already here. It's already there. And honestly, look-wise, there's only one band that has influenced us, which is Kiss. You know, thank you for not asking about Gwar, because that is like I always get because I see no similarities between us and Gwar, except that both bands dress up as monsters. That's the only, you know.
Since you mentioned horror flicks, do you have like a favorite that you watched recently or something? Or?
Well, my all-time favorite is Evil Dead 2, and I've been watching now the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show, and I just finished the third season, which was a disappointment. I mean, because the first two seasons were awesome, and now the third one was like, wah, 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 wah. But then I googled it, and then I found out that okay, maybe they didn't know that the show is gonna be cancelled. So fuck. I hope that, you know, they will get money to make actually a fourth season for it. But that's well, it's not a movie, but well, based on a movie, you know.
Also, what do you have to, look for when you do costumes, when you do masks like that and appear on a stage for 2 hours or so like that? I mean, what's the most difficult part about it?
Nothing. I mean, this is already the costume number 10, I guess, or 11 already. So we have gotten pretty good of understanding what works and how. Like I give you an example. Like on the first, when the first album came out, I didn't have a, let's call it a pee hole in the fucking suit. So
right.
When you had to pee, you had to just go, you know, in your pants. So these kind of little, you know, adjustments you come up with along the way. So I mean, we're pretty good already. We know what works and what not. So that like the basic patterns of everything that we do in the costumes, it's pretty much the same. It's just the look that changes, like the parts on top, you know.
Connie, wolltest du noch was wissen?
No, I'm happy.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
I'm happy too. It was really interesting meeting you and talking to you today.
Ja,
Ja.
das ist gut.
Yeah, and next time bring some of your chocolate.
I will.
Because we want to taste it, we want to check it out. Finnish chocolate by LORDI.
It's actually Belgian chocolate, but
okay,
made in Finland.
Import into Finland, sold as under your.
You know what I learned? I learned that Belgian chocolate is actually, it's like the, it's not. It doesn't come from Belgium. It's the name of the style of chocolate.
All right.
There you go. Now you learned
I've learned something today as well. Then. Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Thanks.
Dankeschön.